Hello everyone, and welcome back to Invents KE. Today, we are looking at one of the most unusual military vehicles ever built. A design so unconventional that even by today's engineering standards, it feels less like a production machine and more like an experimental prototype that somehow entered service. This is the Tempo G1200, a German off-road vehicle introduced in 1936 by Vidal Sohn Tempo work. At first glance, it appears to be a simple, compact military utility car. Nothing about its body suggests complexity, but underneath that simplicity lies a design that completely breaks conventional automotive logic. Instead of one engine, it had two. And instead of a standard off-road system, it used a layout so unusual that very few manufacturers ever attempted anything similar again. Before even understanding the drivetrain, one of the most unusual features is visible on the sides of the vehicle. Mounted externally were spare wheels, but they were not just for emergencies. In rough terrain, these wheels could rotate freely and assist movement across trenches, steep embankments, and uneven ground transitions. Rather than relying only on suspension travel or engine power, the vehicle used these wheels as mechanical support rollers, helping stabilize motion in extreme terrain conditions. This was an early example of turning simple structural elements into functional mobility aids. The central engineering decision behind the G1200 is what makes it so radical. Instead of using a single engine connected to a transfer case and central differential system, engineers at Vidal Sohn split propulsion into two completely independent systems. One engine was mounted at the front and the other at the rear. Each engine powered its own axle directly. The front engine powered the front wheels, and the rear engine powered the rear wheels. There was no central driveshaft connecting the systems. No shared torque distribution mechanism. Just two independent propulsion units operating inside a single chassis. In engineering, the G1200 did not solve torque distribution, it avoided the problem by decentralizing propulsion. Each engine used in the G1200 was a two-cylinder, two-stroke, water-cooled ILO unit, with a displacement of 598 cubic centimeters and an output of 19 horsepower. The two engines combined produced 38 horsepower. While modest by modern standards, the vehicle's lightweight construction, approximately 1,000 to 1,450 kilograms, depending on configuration, made this power usable in real terrain conditions. Each engine was paired with its own 4-speed gearbox, giving both systems independent mechanical operation. Beyond propulsion, the G1200 integrated a 4-wheel steering system. Both axles could steer, dramatically reducing the turning radius and improving maneuverability in confined terrain. The G1200 also had independent suspension. Each wheel moved independently, allowing consistent ground contact over uneven surfaces. Combined with high ground clearance, this created a vehicle capable of maintaining stability where rigid axle systems would fail. Together, these systems formed a unified mobility architecture focused entirely on terrain adaptability rather than road efficiency. The G1200 was designed to operate in two distinct modes: single-engine operation for normal driving conditions and dual-engine operation for demanding terrain. This allowed the vehicle to switch between fuel efficiency when running on a single engine and maximum traction capability when running on both engines. This concept would only reappear decades later in experimental designs such as the Citroën 2CV Sahara, but the Tempo implementation came far earlier. Despite its innovation, the German military did not adopt the G1200 as a standard platform. One major concern was skepticism toward two-stroke engines in long-term military deployment. Additional issues included dual-engine synchronization complexity, maintenance demands, and operational reliability under stress. As a result, it remained a specialized solution rather than a standardized military vehicle. The G1200 did get a warm welcome in Germany, but it saw use or evaluation in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Romania. Finland, in particular, valued its performance in snow and extreme winter environments, where traction and lightweight mobility were critical advantages. The Tempo G1200 production ran from 1936 to the early 1940s, with approximately 1,200 to 1,300 units built. Its roles included reconnaissance, patrol operations, staff transport, and general utility duties. While it never reached the fame of vehicles like the Jeep, it performed similar battlefield functions. The G1200 is one of the vehicles that challenges the modern generation when observing it in museums. The Tempo G1200 is not just an unusual military vehicle. It is a demonstration of an alternative engineering philosophy. Instead of refining existing drivetrain systems, it removed their core constraint entirely. And the deeper lesson is this: sometimes engineering progress does not come from improving complexity, but from eliminating the mechanism that creates it. Even today, the G1200 feels modern because it challenges a fundamental assumption that a single engine must power a single unified drivetrain. But in 1936, Tempo engineers proved otherwise. The Tempo G1200 remains a reminder that innovation is not always linear. Sometimes the most radical solutions come from questioning whether traditional systems are necessary at all. If you enjoy uncovering history-linked technology topics, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are many more stories like this ahead.